Hello, I am Pramod Kumar. Today we will discuss English class 12 Bihar board. Our book is Rainbow Part 2. The chapter is The Earth by H.E. Bates. In this piece is set in the English countryside. Countryside means away from the city, away from the metropolitan places. It is about a farmer. The name is Johnson. Farmer, the name is Johnson, and his son Benji. Farmer is Johnson and his son is Benji. Benji appears to be a very simple-minded and simple-hearted son to his parents, right? The story shows laziness of parents and the growing selfishness and cunningness of the son, who finally drives them out of their own home. So, what about the parents? They are characterized by laziness, and son growing selfishness and cunningness. Cunning, right? And in the end, the son drives the parents out of their own home. Which son? Whom from the childhood parents thought he was a very simple-minded person, very simple-hearted boy. So whenever they used to tell him something, they used to ask him whether the mother or the father. Do you understand? The parents of Benji used to think that he was a very simple-minded, very simple-hearted boy. He didn't know the ways of the world. He was very simple. They used to think. So whenever they used to tell him something important, the parents used to ask him after telling him, do you understand? And it finally culminates into Benji driving away his parents from their own home, where his parents used to live for the last 40 years. So the story goes like this. Johnsons are the parents, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Johnson. They have a young child, Benji. The child appears to be very simple-minded, very simple-hearted, and they think that he has got some problem from the childhood and his mind is not developing as it should be. So, and the child also keeps very silent, he doesn't talk much, goes to school, comes back. So they consult a doctor, and the doctor suggests that you try to give the child something of his own interest. So they find that he is somewhat interested in keeping hens, means rearing of hens. So in their own piece of land, they give him a small part, and there he starts keeping hens. So he is very meticulous, goes to school, comes back. The moment he comes back from school, he gets into his business of keeping of hens. So gradually, steadily, he grows his number of hens and the number of eggs to be sold. Eggs are sold, some money comes, and the money is kept in a utensil kind of thing or a box where this child cannot reach. It is beyond his reach. Child is small, 10-12 years of age, and the vessel is in which the money is there, money box is kept high so that he is not able to reach there. His parents deposit the money there. Okay. After some time, his business grows. So now he goes thrice in a week. He goes to nearby market to sell eggs. Slowly he grows, and steadily his business also grows. So when he comes of the age of 20, he becomes 20, 21. So on this day his parents put a very small celebration, and after some rituals they hand him over the passbook and tell him, all this money is yours now. You take care of this money. Do you understand? Once again they think that this child is very simple minded and very simple hearted. He takes the passbook, reads it, sees that there is a balance of 230 pounds and more, and silently keeps it in his pocket. So his parents are shocked. They never expected that their such simple-minded, simple-hearted son will act in this way. Though they didn't want this money, to have this money, 230 pounds, but from the heart of their heart they wished that at least he should have thanked them, and at least he would have told them that we should share this money. It belongs to all three of us. But he didn't say even a single word. Took the passbook, read the figure in the passbook, and silently kept it in his pocket. But once again they thought, he is a very simple-minded person, he doesn't know. He is not aware that he should thank and he should think of sharing this money. So days pass by, his business grows. Then one day he tells his father that he is going to buy the adjacent land, adjoining land. Suppose this is their land, so adjoining area there is another piece of land, so he is going to buy that. So once again his parents are surprised. They never thought that such a simple-minded, simple-hearted son of theirs will think of buying a piece of land adjoining to their piece of land. There he wanted to grow his business of keeping hens. But once again they thought he is a simple-minded person, so he would not have consulted us before taking that decision. So they keep silent. So he buys the land and starts increasing his business more. His business of hen keeping prospers. Lot of business, lot of eggs, lot of money. So this child knows, understands business of hens and eggs totally. He doesn't know anything else. After that, his parents, the land on which they were living for the last 40 years was not their own. It belonged to Mr. Sanders. So in the locality, there was lot of demand for construction of buildings. So Mr. Sanders, who had given this piece of land on rent to Johnsons, told them, either you buy or I will have to sell it off. So Mr. Johnson went to him and told him, I don't have any money, so I can't buy it. If you insist, I will have to vacate. So Mr. Sanders said, if you don't buy, somebody close to you will buy. So he asked, who will buy? Then Mr. Sanders said, Benji will buy. So once again the parents were surprised that their such simple-minded and simple-hearted son has become capable of getting land business transaction in land also, purchase of land. First time they were surprised when they handed him over the passbook and he silently kept it in his pocket without saying any word. Second time, when he bought adjacent land, and this is the third time when he buys land on which they live. Right? So once again they are surprised, but once again they think he is a simple-minded person, would not have consulted us before. So now his business has grown so much that he employs people, and among them there is a young lady, Florence. She is not very sophisticated, but she is a lot of help in his business. Benji has become 40 years of age. He tells his parents, I want to marry Florence. Though the parents don't like Florence because she is not very sophisticated, they don't have any option. He marries her, enters the house. Then he tells his parents, I want the front room. His parents have been living in the front room for the last 40 years. So now he tells them to vacate. So they get to the rear room, and Benji along with his wife Florence comes to the front room. Then Mr. Johnson doesn't like Florence's style of cooking or cleaning utensils or keeping house. So she finds it very difficult. So there are frequent animosity between the two. So gradually they start cooking separately. Johnsons cook separately, and they take their meal separately. Johnsons in a separate room, Benji and his wife in a separate room. But animosity continues. One day, Benji tells his parents, I think it is better if you people move out of this house. So they are surprised. They don't know what to say. They had never expected that their son has grown so matured, so smart that he will tell them to vacate the house. They said, we don't have anywhere to go. Benji said, but I have purchased this house. I want this house for myself. You need to vacate. Then they thought, and then they said, okay, we will vacate. So on the pre-decided date, he takes his parents in his car, and on the way, he tells them it is better if you move out, you will be happy, you will be peaceful. And there is no emotion, no sentiment, no nothing on his face, as if nothing has happened. So he drops them in the marketplace, doesn't even get out of his car, and then he drives back. And they are left standing on the pavement. So now they are thinking, earth is the only thing which we used to have. Now we don't have this earth also. They don't have anywhere to go, anybody to take care of. So Mr. Johnson, he was like a preacher. So he used to preach on Sundays and on other days also wherever he got an opportunity. So Johnsons used to believe in fate, right? That something good will happen. Benji is found totally engrossed in growing his business of keeping hens, whereas most of the time Mr. Johnson spends his time, waste his time in talking. Rather than improving his land, improving his yield, improving his harvest, he waste his time in talking. He didn't believe in improving the position of his land from where he could get much better. Right? But steadily, slowly, gradually, this man Benji has put in all his mind and soul efforts in his business of keeping hens. So he has got the fruit. That's why it says that this story is set in the English countryside, and is about a farmer, Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Johnson, and his son, Benji. Benji is the son, who appears to be a very simple-minded, simple-hearted son. The story shows laziness of parents because they didn't utilize their resources for improvement of their business on earth, agriculture, farming. His father wasted time in talking, lecturing, preaching, rather than improving the position of his piece of land, rented land, and improving his financial position. Right? And the story shows the laziness of parents and the growing selfishness and cunningness. Here what has happened, even when he has grown up, his parents think he is a simple-minded, simple-hearted person, and the looks of this boy are also deceptive. So, here you find a very good example of appearances are deceptive. He didn't look at all to be deceptive from appearance wise. He looks simple-minded, simple-hearted, not at all cunning or deceptive or selfish. Right? So, this is a story about a son on whom they bestowed everything for 40 years, considering that he was a very simple-minded person, very simple-hearted son. But the same son acquires everything and drives them out of their own home. I hope you found the chapter easy to understand. In case of any difficulty, please do approach me on my email ID, which will be there at the thumbnail to the video. Thank you very much.